Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2023 general reading. We are looking at the first half of February, so from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, as I always do. Thanks for being here, for watching the videos, all of your likes, shares, subscribes, everything that you do that supports this YouTube channel. Always a note of gratitude to start. So Sagittarius, this is for you for the first half, February 2023, if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Sagittarius. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Sagittarian. As we always say, it's a general reading, so it'll resonate a little differently for everyone. So if you know any of your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, it's a good idea to watch those as well, because each one can bring in a little bit of different perspective or insight into what's going on into your own situation. And if you find that something really does touch you, it really does resonate with you, and you would like to take a deeper look at it and reach out for a personal reading or information about that for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info by clicking on the little description link with the video. I would love to hear from you. I do offer quite a different variety of readings of all different kinds of lengths and areas of life, in addition to just general readings. And still quite popular right now are the overviews I do that take a look at what's coming in your life and in different areas of life for the next 6 or 12 months. And you can, of course, order them any time of the year. But I always get a lot of requests for them at the end of one year and the beginning of a new year, because people kind of like to take a look ahead when they enter a new year or enter a new phase in their life. So something to think about. Okay. Sagittarius, let's see what the first half of February looks like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Radiant Rider-Waite. We begin with the Six of Swords. Healing. Slowly but surely moving away from the source of trouble, conflict, challenge. Not quite to the other shore yet and on solid ground, but moving in that direction. The Magician. The Magician is a manifestor. He's an entrepreneur. He does everything he has learned in his long road of experience to do in order to manifest something into physical reality. So working hard on healing. Next we have the Nine of Wands, our Wounded Warrior card, meaning that this card typically represents, already having been through a lot, fought a lot of battles, been through a lot of challenges, and here is yet another one. And you're feeling discouraged. You're thinking about maybe giving up. This is often, not always, but often the 11th hour, it's darkest before dawn card. Don't give up. You're so close to the end of completion. But it does represent, along with the card after, the Ten of Wands, a sense of real weariness. Trying to manifest something here, something that has to do with healing or reconciling or getting better. It could be health issues for some of you as well. The Two of Cups, soulmates, kindred spirits, somebody that you have a lot of love and karmic connection with, whether it's romantic or otherwise. But if this is like your sister sign, Aries, I just did, it is a relationship reading, but we'll see how it plays out. Relationships come in all different forms. For some of you, it might be romantic. For some of you, it might be best friend, kindred spirit, right? But there's a general weariness here of working at trying to make something better and wondering if it's even making a difference. The Seven of Cups. This is a card of taking inventory, taking stock, of looking at what you have put into something, everything that you have invested in something, time, money, love, etc. And going, okay, can I make it better? Can I grow it more? Should I be content with what I have? Should I just take everything that I can or that I've learned and move on? But it's taking a careful look at it and looking at what you have to gain, what you have to lose, what you have to show for your efforts so far. Temperance, balance, healing, moderation, patience. This is looking quite similar to your other sister fire sign, Aries. Not so much to Leo. But that's how it goes sometimes. Signs that share the same element, because there's 3 for each element. Sometimes, some months, they can come out very similar, and sometimes they diverge, they differ, which is why I tend to do my signs separately rather than just clump them into one element. From the bottom of the deck, the overall focus or energy for the first half of February is the 10 of Coins. Long-term stability and security. Family home, family money, family business, inheritance. It could be a combination of financial and material matters here. In addition to emotional, the 10 of Coins can also represent long-term emotional relationships or long-term security in relationships as well. The 10 of Coins speaks of the long, slow accumulation of history, so that what you presently have because of all that is a sense of not having to worry about tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, whether it's financially, material, or emotionally. It may be a combination of both here. It definitely looks like, but this also, the 10 of Coins also speaks of the weight of history, right? Whether it's a legal inheritance issue, all the history that went into this, property or money or business or whatever, or relationship, or a combination of those things. So it looks like there's some issue here in which a relationship is significant, whether it's about the relationship itself or about another area of life which is affecting the relationship. There's a relationship here I can see and a sense of, I don't know if this is going to get better, or feeling like you've been putting all this work into it, but you're not sure if it's actually doing anything. Clarify the 10 of Coins. The 8 of Swords. Okay, this is a card of feeling stuck, feeling trapped, feeling sort of almost like a victim, and like there's nothing you can do to change it. But it's a kind of a self-defeating card, because swords, the suit of swords, is governed by the element of air. So this is the 8 of air, right? And air governs our mind, our thoughts, our intellectual landscape, our belief systems and ideologies, and how we look at things and our perspective, and that affects how we communicate. So what's really keeping this person held back is their own thoughts, their own fears. Oh, I can't because of this, and I can't because of the other thing. You could if you chose to, whether it was easy or not. But this is somebody who says, I can't because of all the reasons and excuses we give ourselves that we can't, whether they're valid or not. So feeling stuck, but it's in here as well. Judgment, a major crossroads decision, and one that will probably be final, meaning that whatever you choose to do within this situation, that's the path you're going to be on. If it's about a relationship, if it's about moving the relationship forward and doing what needs to be done to move the relationship forward, then that's probably the path you're going to be on for a very long time, if not the rest of your life. If it's a decision that's going to break up a relationship, it's probably not going to be a relationship that reconciles. Sometimes Judgment is called the second chance card. So if there's a chance to save something here by doing something or making a choice and decision you didn't before, it may be wise to consider doing that. Knight of Wands, who charges right ahead, full of force and fire and action. But again, in the clarifying cards, we have this 8 of Swords stuck in the middle. You're stuck. You're stuck in making a decision. It feels like some of you almost feel like you can't make a decision. It's kind of like you're on a boat that you think is sinking and may in fact be sinking. And you're like, there's nothing I can do about it. But you're not getting off of it either. It's kind of like you're just stuck or stalled there. This feels almost exactly like Aries reading. Actually, although not so much so close as to Leo's. Yeah, so stuck. Long-term security and stability. This could be about home, about property, about moving in together, about marriage, about some combination of all of those things. And for some of you, that 10 of Coins simply represents the history and the stories that you share with this 2 of Cups person. Let's clarify the 6 of Swords, which is the card of healing. It looks like you've been working or trying to manifest that and feeling like maybe it's just futile. But again, remember, there's a certain mental element here too. And maybe you need to look at it a different way or try something different. The Six of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Wands, so we have the Nine of Wands twice here. But there's this sense of discouragement and almost futility, or wondering if you should give up because it's not working. This is a relationship. This is not a new relationship. This is a relationship that's been in existence, I think, for some time. There's no lack of love and caring here. Clarify the Magician. And you're trying to make it better, but you feel like it's not working. It may be that you need to try something different. It may be that you have a sense of what you could do, but you don't want to do it. That was in Aries readings. That may be relevant here too, since you do share the same element. You know, for example, like, okay, you've been together for this many years, and maybe it's, you know, time to move forward in the marriage thing, but maybe you guys are stuck, or one does and one doesn't. But you also don't want to lose this person because they're like your person. You're Two of Cups. So you feel stuck. Clarify the Magician. Five of Wands and the Chariot. Yeah, there's fighting over the same thing over and over and over again, or having the same discussions about the same thing, and feeling discouraged, feeling like it's too hard, feeling like maybe what you would need to do to move this forward in a healthy way is something you don't want to do, or you feel it might be too hard, or it's too risky. I keep getting this going around in the same circles over and over and over again, and that may be adding to this general sense of weariness as well in that Nine of Wands. Let's clarify that Nine of Wands. Because there's this sense with the Nine of Wands and the Two of Cups, Sagittarius, of, you know, I doesn't feel like I'm getting anywhere. Should I just give up? Is this the end? The Ace of Cups is clarifying that weariness, an emotional renewal. This is so similar to Aries. Like okay, so it feels like Two of Swords, the Devil, right? You're stuck. It's that same overall energy. You're stuck, but you can't let go. It's like you can't move forward. You're afraid to move forward. You're afraid to move back. You're afraid to move forward, perhaps into another level of commitment with this person. But yet, the idea of losing them, you can't do that either. So you're like stuck. Clarify the Two of Cups. The Lovers. You got the Two of Cups and the Lovers. The Queen of Cups. These are all cards for Aries. And I didn't just do Aries before you. I actually did one of the earth signs before you. So very similar. Relationship at a crossroads. That's what the Lovers is about. Now, the decision might be in another area of life, but it will have such an impact on or consequence on the relationship that it could either take the relationship forward or end the relationship. Queen of Cups is the other person. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, showing up as a female, but could be a male in a general reading. Somebody who's probably loving, compassionate, good source of support, emotionally sensitive. So you're stuck. The next card would be the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. You know, you're stuck. It feels like you know that there's something you could do, and you've been but you have fears about doing that. It might be like moving it to the next level of commitment, and you have fears about doing that. So you've been trying to do everything else but that, thinking that something else might work rather than making that commitment, but it's not. And you feel stuck. But there's something in here and in here that's holding you back. Likely from maybe past pain or past difficult relationships. Clarify the Seven of Coins, that card of taking inventory. The Star. This comes after the Tower in the tarot. This is renewal of hope, faith. This is Seven of Coins, that card of taking inventory, and the Star is, could I do this? Could I move forward? Could we move in together? Could we get married? Could we make this work? Whatever the primary issue is. I mean, this is a general reading, so the primary issue here may vary. But how this 2-week period ends for many of you is, okay, is it possible? Could I do this? Could this really work? Could I really get married for a second time? And could this be the one that actually works? I can't go through the pain of the past, but could this actually, it's like a sense of, is there hope here? Could this move forward? Page of Wands and Ten of Cups. There's like marriage proposal there for some of you. Although this is contemplation, because it's all clarifying Seven of Coins, which isn't a card of action. It's a card of looking at what you have invested in something, what you have to gain, what you have to lose, and asking yourself with the Star, could I do it? Could we move into that next phase? Could we move into this new home? Could we, whatever, again, the primary issue is, because in a general reading, it's going to be one thing. For somebody else, it might be another. The fundamental energy remains the same. So there's a sense here of looking at what you have invested in this situation, this relationship, and asking yourself, could this work? Could we really make this work moving forward? Maybe some of you were married before and it ended terribly, broke your heart. And here is this other person who's showing up as a pretty good person, and you've been together for a while, and they're like, okay, it's time, or, and you're like, I'm afraid, could I? Could this work? Could we make it work? Let's clarify Temperance, a card of balance and healing and moderation. Justice, reaping what you sow, doing the right thing, being morally and ethically fair and even and equitable. Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a path of action starting. So yeah, this is asking yourself, it's actually kind of nice, asking yourself at the end of this fairly short period of time, could this actually work out? Maybe you had told yourself, using marriage as an example again, excuse me, I swore off it, but maybe, that's kind of the energy. Maybe this could, Free will, free agency. Let's end with some advice and guidance from feedback from Spirit for Sagittarius for the last half of February 2023. King of Wands, which is you, King of Fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. The Three of Wands, talks about having laid the groundwork already for a future, feeling pretty good about what's gone before, waiting for that ship to come in and feeling very positive, hopeful, optimistic about the future. This is like Spirit telling you, don't lose this. You've already put so much into this. You've laid the groundwork for a pretty successful future or a pretty successful relationship moving into the future. I mean, this is not about letting go of this. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The Three of Pentacles. This is also about working together towards a common goal, a common cause. It almost looks like a couple getting married here. But it's about compromise, negotiation, and working together to build something together, which is kind of similar to that Three of Wands, and the Six of Wands, which is victory, triumph, success. So what Spirit is saying here, Sagittarius, whether or not you choose to take it or not, is, look, you already have a lot invested in this. While no relationship is perfect, because no person is perfect, at least not on this earth, you've laid the groundwork for a really great relationship moving forward. This is about working together. There's nothing here about letting this go or making a decision that's going to move the two of you apart, right? So it's about working together to accomplish this moving forward, because you have so much invested in this already. But as I often say, free will, free agency. That's what Spirit is pointing towards. Okay, Sagittarius, those are your messages for the first half of February. I hope you found them helpful and useful, or at least gave you something to chew on. Again, if any of this resonates with you and touches you, and you'd like to look behind the curtain and maybe peel it back a little bit more and reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also see that contact info by clicking on the description link with this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the February mid-month readings, which will fall probably right around Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's a little early. Whether you're attached or not, it's simply a day to honor and celebrate the people we care and love about, care about and love in our lives. So happy Valentine's Day a little early to you all. And I hope to see you back here again around that time. Take care. Bye-bye.